Welcome to the Success Sensei podcast for anyone interested in success, happiness, and balance. We'll teach you how to be a black belt at life. And now, your host, former professional fighter, multiple world champion, entrepreneur, and investor, Robert Devane.
Bowing in. This is Roundhouse Rob, the Success Sensei, helping you to win at life one kick and punch at a time. Today's episode, Don't Tap Out Early, and it's episode 218. Welcome to the starting round.
Hands up. It's the starting round on the Success Sensei podcast.
Don't tap out early. So what I'm talking about is don't throw in your chips, don't throw in your cards early, don't quit early, don't give up early, don't cut your losses early. Obviously, I come from an MMA background. Well, I come from a martial arts background, but MMA, there is tapping out, and you'd specifically tap out when you're put into some type of a hold that you feel if you don't tap out, you're either going to go to sleep, due to a restriction of your airways or a blood choke even, or else something is going to be broken off you. A limb is going to be broken if you don't tap. So that's your motivation to tapping, and that's where that expression comes from, tapping out. Well, I'm sure it comes from other places as well, but tapping out early, I'm specifically talking about this year. There's 5.5 weeks. If you're listening to this on the Monday that it comes out, you've 5.5 weeks left until the end of the year. If you're not listening to it exactly on the Monday that it comes out, it does not matter, because you can use this lesson throughout various different stages in life to increase your productivity. So if you have 5.5 weeks left until the end of the year, a lot of people are on a wind down. A lot of people have tapped out early. A lot of people have thrown in their chips and their cards early. They've quit early, given up early, and cut their losses early. You don't have to. What's still left on your list? What extra could you still achieve? See it through. Don't stop at the very end. So there's a couple of hurdles left. Don't stop. Clear the last hurdles. Like, having gotten through this year, this has been an absolutely woeful year. I'm sure you'll all agree, but there's still a lot that you can do. Remember, the few days before you go on a holiday, do you remember what it was like going on holidays? Well, the few days you had before you went on a holiday, and your workload and productivity went through the roof. You basically crammed in your normal work as well as 2 weeks worth of work, because you're going to be away on holidays, in a couple of days to prepare. So your productivity shot through the roof. So 5.5 weeks, or whatever length of time you have to the end of the year when you listen to this episode, is actually a lot of time. If you can squeeze in that amount of work, a few weeks work in a couple of days before you go on holidays, you can definitely do it any stage that you need to do it and you're motivated to do it. Look, for me, one of life's hardest challenges has been trying to figure out when it's the time to cut your losses, or when it's the time to stick to the plan or the path that you're on. Obviously, don't try to fix something that's well and truly beyond repair. But saying all that, I do think that more people quit early than quit too late. So it's a hard enough balancing act trying to figure which, but I think the majority of the time all of us are guilty of maybe quitting too early. Unfortunately, I do speak from experience about tapping out early. Besides business and career examples, I have fought, as you know, professionally in MMA after years of karate, years of kickboxing. I turned my hand at a late age, at the age of 31, to professional MMA. Didn't bother doing amateur or semi-pro MMA, just went straight into pro MMA. My record is 4-2. Those 2 losses came from tap outs. Now, in those moments, both were I tapped out due to pain, obviously. Frustration was a big one. Mental, emotional, and physical fatigue. But on reflection, those tap outs still don't sit right with me, especially as one of them was about 4 seconds before the round bell that could have saved me. So tapping out early can and will lead to big regret. Instead, have a fear of regret, because that can be a really, really strong driver. 2020 has been a terrible year. Hopefully you can see, or you have had some positive points somewhere throughout the year. That there are a lot of people who have had a lot of successes. Hopefully you can see, even on a small level, that you may have had some, or maybe it's reshaped your focus in a positive way. But now you have the chance to tick a couple more boxes before we ring in 2021. They don't even have to be large boxes. They could be from your goals, or they could simply be extra ones. Finish out with a few small wins. Thank you for listening. I'm Roundhouse Rob, the Success Sensei. Life is a fight you can enjoy and win. Bowing out.
This has been the Success Sensei, fighting the winning fight. So add us, subscribe, like, and comment. Keep those hands up and keep moving forward.